a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
Yo, what is up 24/7 Buff Fandemonium, the K-Gun Report, Season 3, Episode 40. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, folks? You know what we're talking about tonight? We're talking about that huge win in Buffalo. Snowy Buffalo. Not as cold as some might have liked it. Not as snowy as some might have liked it, but God, what a picture-perfect Hollywood ending to that game, and I can't wait to talk to them Twins about it. Also, we got that Bears game coming up on Christmas Eve. We got some injury stuff to go over. It's going to be a great night. I also got Rattle the Reeds back. We're going to stump some sons of bitches. Let's hit this intro and get it. And here we are. And here it is. And here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, right up here up top with me tonight, up top row. It's not Scott, it's Jarrod. Jarrod Reed right here. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, Swank? It's Scott. What's going on, Bills Mafia? 11-3. We've punched our ticket through the playoffs.
The playoffs.
Hey, guys. Doesn't matter what it looks like. A W is a W. A W is a W in this league, and I'll take it. We're 11-3, and I can't wait to talk football with all y'alls.
Hell yeah. Down south. Way down south here. One of my best buddies. Scooter Magooter.
Why is everyone putting it on a pedestal? Why is everyone putting it on a pedestal? No, I'm just kidding. Jarrod was on top. I'm on the bottom apparently this week. Okay, whatever, Swank.
Jarrod's top.
I know. Hey, Bills Mafia, FLX Mafia, 24/7 Buff Pandemonium. Jarrod already said it. Let's talk some Bills football. We got a win, division win. All we need is a one win or a one loss from Miami to take this division. So we got 3 games to play. Let's do it. We got the Bears on Christmas Eve. Let's talk about that.
Ooh, and I can't wait to talk about that. And I think that game is being taken a little later than it should be. Just a little bit. But we'll get into that in a little bit. We had some injuries after this beautiful game. Mitch Morse went out. He's in concussion protocol. Good news, though, Ike Boddicker, he is on the active 53-man roster. And all reports from practice today, Mr. Jordan Phillips was out on the field. Mr. Matt Milano was out on the field. Mr.
Yep.
Ryan Bates was out on the field. So things are looking good other than Morse. And on the sideline, Lisa Pacion-John, on the sideline, doing some work on the sideline, official from Sale Sports and the Buffalo Bills, Micah Hyde was putting in some work on the sideline today. Interesting.
Quick question. 23-23. He didn't say next season.
He did not say next season. I don't want to get my hopes up too hard, but I like that he's at least out there working out. I think that's cool, man.
The idea starts tingling a little bit just because of the way Hamlin played. You kind of got that feeling of, oh, man, if that could happen, what a wonderful thing. But we don't want to rush a neck injury. You never want to rush a neck injury.
No. We got so many great people here tonight. We got our boy
we
Patrick Hughes. What's up, Mafia? We got our buddy Josh Cook. We got Marie Montford, Debbie Emerton, Lisa and John Johns.
What's up,
we
everyone?
Got our resident expert, Mr. Rob Mullen. What's up, Rob?
Welcome. I love all these names.
Does Rob have a badge on our page yet that says the resident expert? Or
He should, man. I want to do something special for him.
Yeah.
We'll get it figured
Rob
out.
is a wealth of knowledge, guys. He does a lot of stories on our page. And, obviously, just like us, it's fan first perspective, but he's got a little more intel. And we love what Rob puts out for us. That's why we're always letting his stories come through. What's up?
Yeah, we're always calling on him.
No,
hey.
No, I was just waiting for you to get through that. That's all. We got Chad McDaniel. We got Max. What's up? We got Buffalo Spartan.
This is Sparta.
It's a little time delay there.
I was going to nod my way through that one, wasn't I?
We got
They're all
Harold.
here.
We got Jennifer Barlow. We got Paulette. What's up, Paulette?
What's up?
Debbie Emerton. Full workout for Micah? No. He was just on the sidelines getting some work in. I don't think it was all that serious, but it was encouraging to say the least. What's up, Michael? We got Uncle James. What's going on, Uncle James? So many great people with us here tonight.
You said Paulette's here, and I just want to jump on something really quick regarding Isaiah McKenzie.
Sure.
I know a lot of fans out there are very they judge him quick. They're quick to judge when he drops the ball, but I don't know if a lot of Bills Mafia know that he's actually having a career season right now. He's had more targets, more receptions, and more yards, and this is his career high so far. So he's doing a great job, I feel. He does have those little drops, but he also makes some good catches when we're waiting for him to do it.
Yeah, I think he's made progress over these last couple weeks. I still don't know about those clutch moments, to be honest. Crowder was on the sideline working out too, so there's a possibility you might have him back by the end of the season too, which I think would benefit this team a lot more. I think. I want to think. I don't know. Is it going to benefit it more than just having bees in there?
I think
Fresh
it will
legs.
because Crowder can also run the perimeter. He
Yeah.
can run the perimeter. So we've got McKenzie and Beasley as our slot guys. Crowder can be an amazing slot guy. He proved that with the Jets. He can also run the perimeter and the boundary. So I think that'll be a good thing.
Hell yeah. Patrick says Scott ran away. Yes, he did. You know, these boys, between them, they have a starting softball team of kids. So sometimes you're going to see them run out of frame. That's all right. Let's see. Jennifer Barlow says, we need Micah Hyde. Listen, we need to get all healthy. I agree with you 100%.
Yep.
Lisa Pacion is saying that we're the Three Stooges because somebody called us the Three Musketeers. I believe it was John Johns.
Whoa.
I'll take all of them.
Here's the thing about our injuries. They're going to happen throughout the season. Our Bills got stuck with a lot of them. But they've showed resilience throughout these past 2 months with these injuries. And to be able to have a healthy team coming back together after you've clinched a playoff berth, to have the health come back is key.
Oh, say that again. Say it again slow.
We clinched a playoff spot.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick says never see Swank run away. He isn't scared. LOL. You're my dude, Patrick.
He's got 2 bags on him, too, front and back, because he never leaves.
Hey, yeah. So we dipped into it a little bit. Here we are. Let's get into this big Miami Dolphins squishing of fishing. It was a pretty tight game for a while. We did get to see some characters get some action, score some touchdowns that everybody has been banging on the door for all season long. It was nice to finally see that backflip by my boy, Mr. Hines. And, you know, just a lot of special stuff went on. A little bit of defensive struggle here and there. We mentioned a couple names, and we'll get to all that. But, Scooter, give me something good from that offense. Who gets your game ball from the offense on Saturday night's game?
The game ball. There's a couple I could give to. I think Van Groten coming in and playing center after Morse went out. He did a decent job. That Miami defense is stellar. Does a pretty good goddamn job when it comes to putting pressure on the quarterback with Chubb and Jalen Phillips and all that stuff. So that line's banged up, and I think Van Groten did a good job coming in. The good thing is, like we said, Ike Boker is back. So I could see if Bates is healthy, he'll take over the center spot, and Boker would be the guard. But where I'm going with, I do want to give Ken Dorsey a game ball due to the fact that he utilized Quentin Morris. He got a touchdown pass. He was one-on-one coverage. Josh trusted him, put the ball over the defender's shoulder for a touchdown pass. But he also threw the running backs into the passing game a little bit. That Nyheim Hines catch, guys, he was wide open for a reason because defenders don't expect that to come out of that offense. And now that Dorsey is throwing that out there, you're going to see defenders starting to have to respect that, which is going to open up a lot more things for our run game and for our passing game. So if it's a player, I'm going to have to say Van Groten came in and did a hell of a job because he's expected to be a guard. He's expected to be a center, and he did a good enough job for the Bills to drive in that last drive and score a touchdown or get that field goal for the win. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there for that game ball.
Sing it from the mountaintop, man, because we talk about how Bean and McDermott love these dudes that can play multiple positions. We sing it all offseason. You see every person they sign. We just talked about one. Crowder is a guy, hopefully when he gets healthy, he can play a multi-dimensional route tree, right? Even Diggs. Diggs is they love players that can do other things, and it's paying dividends in the depths of the regular season right now. Before I get to my buddy Jerry, can we call you Jerry again or no? No, Jarrod. Before I get to my buddy Jarrod's game ball for the offense, I wanted to address something that just came in here. Can we talk about the snowballs and the penalties. There
Oh.
we go. Can we talk about the stupid penalty over snowballs? It's Jennifer Barlow. There is no penalty in the rule book for 15 yards for throwing something on the field or being like that. That was an empty threat, and I'm sure they could have tried to enforce it, but people I knew that were at the game that were texting us like in our chat and personally and stuff, they were saying that they announced over the PA speakers 7 different times, please respect what Josh Allen wants and don't throw snowballs on the field. So they were trying to make it like your friend Josh Allen says, like, whatever. Let's hit that really fast just because to me it's kind of a ridiculous thing, man. I put out a poll because Mike McDaniel, the crazed physics teacher, coach for the Miami Dolphins, had a article on PFF or Pro Football something or whatever, saying that he was in fear for the safety of his players because they were hucking ice balls at his players. And I put a poll up underneath that post that was very simple. It said, would you rather A, get hit with a snowball, or B, die of heat exhaustion? And over 500 people voted on that poll.
There you go.
95% of them said that they'd rather get hit with a snowball, which is insane to me. People forget, man, especially in the NFL, short-term memories. All of a sudden, it's, the Bills get all the flags, or that we get all the calls, and we can throw snowballs and do whatever we want. And it's unfair conditions or whatever. But nobody remembers when you almost killed half our team, and every other team in the NFL that plays down there.
For a strategically designed stadium for that purpose.
Yeah.
That's why that stadium was put the way it was, is so the visiting team would have to deal with the conditions of 30 to 40 degrees hotter weather than what the Miami Dolphins had to put up with.
Sure.
It's done on purpose. It's been said that.
Well, the only reason why they do it is because they're down in Florida and they are expecting the old timers to come down when it's 150 degrees, still wearing a sweater in the sun because it's too cold.
Okay.
But so like, there's a lot of things that can come from the snowball thing and threatening a penalty. I mean, it's crazy to think that a coach that, I know the professionals said it was okay for Tua to go back in, but you saw with your very own eyes your franchise quarterback weeble wobble when he stood up. Dude, make the decision, grow some balls, and tell everybody he's not playing.
Yeah.
You had no concern for him. You
Yeah.
had no concern, and it's a hell of a throw to get those snowballs on the Bills' field. So congratulations to those guys that could have made it. But I'm pretty sure there were Miami Dolphins fans in the stands too. And I'm telling you what, if I go to a game and I'm an away player, right, away fan, and I hear, "Hey, you're gonna get a 15-yard penalty if you
I'm
keep
hucking
throwing
snowballs like a mark, dude.
You tell me any Miami Dolphin fan out there wasn't throwing those snowballs like like Elf from the movie Elf?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what,
It's
though,
one of those-
Scott can throw one of them snowballs over them mountains over there too.
Over them
I sure
mountains,
can.
just like
I sure
Uncle
can.
Rico.
My collarbone act. I'm just saying it's a threat that's never going to happen. Josh Allen said it. I'd listen to Josh Allen. He's my hero. But that's just nonsense. You got to the stadium. The people did not clean off the seats. I don't think they didn't do that for a reason. But
Yeah.
there was a lot of snow on the ground. You got to expect something like that to happen. And if you did, put up some freaking those things behind the end zone where they kick the ball, those nets. Put nets around it so they can't get the snowballs through.
Yeah. I mean, that all takes planning, And I think like the seats thing, all the club seats were cleared. All the heated seats were clear. Not to say one thing or the other, but I don't know. I don't think that, the people that were in charge of clearing the stadium were like, we're going to leave all this shit here to have them throw snowballs at people. But I also think they scored that touchdown and everybody was throwing snow in the air, and that's awesome. That's awesome. They started throwing I've never seen the snowball thing. All the years we've been Bills fans, I mean, maybe you see a rogue one here or there. I've never seen snowballs being thrown down on the field. That was a hyped game in a rowdy atmosphere, and it happened. Mario says, I read today that there's no rule on penalties being applied to the fans. I heard the same thing. What they can do, and I've seen this before, and I can't remember what game, so I apologize. They can delay the game.
Delay the game, yep.
They can pause play and basically be like, cut it out or else we're not going to resume. We're not going to resume until you're calm.
Right.
And for anybody who thinks that was like this horrendous offense or anything, what about the bottle game? You guys remember that one? The Browns bottle game where they were throwing glass beer bottles on the field at umpires and everything else. The Browns fan base is convinced that refs still are biased against them and going to that stadium because of that day. There's a lot of this stuff. To me, get over it, dude. Like, get over it. You got beat.
What'd you expect?
Yeah,
What'd you expect?
Like,
you're wearing a shirt that says, I wish it were colder.
I wish it were colder.
You're asking for that.
Dude, and Josh said it in the end of the game interview, and it's so
post-game interview.
Yeah.
He's so good.
So anyway, enough about snowballs. Jarrod, who's getting your game ball on offense?
Mother Nature. I got two. Mother Nature, because that snow couldn't have started coming.
One game ball, so don't do your cute one. Do the real one. God,
all right.
This kid misses 2 months and he forgets how it goes, Scott. I don't know.
Thank you, Mother Nature, for bringing the snow when they needed to be here. But also Nyheim Hines again. I mean, he had a touchdown catch, which was fantastic. He did his backflip. He had 3 kick returns for over 45, 60 yards again. So I think field position, this is a back and forth game. It was a tough one. So again, that field position was going to be very important. And I'm going to keep giving it to Nyheim Hines because, man, when we brought him in, we thought he was going to be this dynamic running back. He is. But that special teams thing was kind of on the back burner. We knew he was a safe catcher and he could do it, but he is doing it. And it's something wonderful to watch.
Yeah, he's quickly turning into one of my favorite. Well, I mean, how can you not love everybody on this team? But, like, yeah, I don't know. He's just the right piece, the right fit, the sure hands, the guaranteed yards. 9 times out of 10, he's making the right choice. And then we finally get to see him run a successful play on offense, score a touchdown. It was beautiful. That TV crew needs to have their head examined because how do you cut right before his famed celebration, the dude's first touchdown as a Bill, and you cut away from it. You have to show it on replay like a bunch of dummies. But
my kids were up, and I knew he was going to do it. And they were doing whatever, and I was like, kids, watch the TV, quick, watch the TV. He's going to do a backflip. Waiting for it because it took him a second, and then as soon as he was going to do it,
it's like he's like here.
And I was like, and Sullivan's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Wait, they'll show it again. You just got to keep watching it."
Yeah, God, but yeah, no, that's a good one, man. For me, my game ball is going to, and I've seen it in the comments, Mr. Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox, another key part to this offense that is finally starting to wake up, finally starting to get some quality touches. Touchdown was huge. He had some really big catches in this game. The drops were a little less, and I like to see that.
6 for 98.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he led the team. Yeah. It's nice to see him getting some balls. And I'll tell you, it's nice to see different stuff on tape. It's nice to see that teams are going to have to prepare for some other offense other than Josh Allen to Diggs, which is a nightmare. But, honorable mentions, right? Gabe Davis, quality game, I thought. Quentin Morris, big up for Quentin Morris, getting that first tutty. It was just, I thought offensively it was a beautiful game.
It was. So I'm glad you said that because now you can't ignore Quentin Morris when he's on the field. You can't ignore Nyheim Hines when he's on the field. It's just the way it is, and it's perfect time to start that 4 games before the playoffs start.
Hell yeah.
Guys, aren't you just so happy that Josh Allen's our quarterback?
Oh, God, yes.
The reason probably why we didn't give him a game ball is because his expectations to perform craziness every week is just there. And to see that one drive where he just ran the ball twice for like 50 yards total, that's our damn quarterback.
Yeah.
So he didn't get the game ball because he only threw for 300 yards and scored 4 touchdowns.
Right.
Did you? Okay.
Damn.
Real quick, because I don't want to give him any more time, but these Dolphins social media people are like, I did a post earlier. Is Twitter powered by the tears of Dolphins fans? Because if I have to hear one more cry about this or that or pass interference or blah, 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 like, I don't know. I don't feel like we are that fan base. Like we point stuff out, sure, but it's like, dude, it's Tuesday. Like it's the same thing like when we were talking about the Jets last week, right? Move on. You got to win some games. Like you're in the back seat right now, you know? So you lost to a good team, and you lost just the way they lost. It was so methodical. That last drive, T-Bass, you know, clearing the way with the storm coming in. Like
I was gonna say, I'm adding the salt to that because the snow came at the perfect time.
It did.
I think that's part of the reason why the game was kind of like, what's going on? What's going on? Because I think all the fans were waiting for the snow that was promised. Let's get our advantage. And it showed up with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And yeah, just the way it ended, Swank, like you're saying.
Yeah.
The cognitive ability of our players to recognize situations now is crazy. Singletary biting the dust before getting into the end zone was a fantastic play because he knows what's on the other side. Tua can just easily throw it to Tyreek Hill or Waddle. They're quick. Or Mostert. Him dodging down.
Ask the Ravens what happened, right? They left too much time. They start bombing balls. And, you know, at first I was like, man, go get your points. And then I was like, no. Bass is like one of the top 3 kickers in the NFL right now. Like the dude is automatic. This is what you're punching a ticket. You're sending a message. If you come up here and play us in the playoffs, and you think that you can skirt by and not get beat by a game-winning field goal in the elements, this kid's gonna do it. So now you have to game plan differently because we can do this. We just showed you what we can do, and we're going to continue to do it if we have to. So you have to play more aggressively. Hopefully you mess up, you know, more often during the game because of your decision making to not get in that situation. It affects everything, man. It's game inches. So.
Big boot, babyface Bass. Good way to end it. And I know there was a conversation happening. Maybe it was Patrick Hughes that wanted to bring this up during the show, and I'm glad we're talking about it right now. For those of you that don't know why Singletary bit the dust at the 2-yard line, is because it's a whole control your own destiny kind of situation. Miami didn't have the timeouts. We had the time on our side. And we want to be able to end the game with our automatic kicker. You don't want to kick the ball off. You don't want a chance of the ball going out of bounds with the snow. You don't want a chance of a Hail Mary or one of those miracle throw the ball back that we saw Miami do against the Patriots a couple years ago. You don't want to give anybody the opportunity
or
to have
like
that
the
comeback.
successful one that we just saw the Patriots perform against the Raiders.
That was awesome. That bag of milk got slammed to the ground pretty hard. But
Squished.
you control your own. You dictate what happens in the game. You let the time run out, and you let the big boot babyface Bass win it for you. That's what you do. That's just what you do. And it was, like Jarrod said, it was a smart play by Singletary. And it was probably called in the huddle. They're going to let you score, Devin. Take it down.
Yeah.
That's why I love him.
So switching to the defensive side of the ball, and Chris Christian had a great question. Where do you guys feel the issue mainly lies with getting gashed on those big run plays against us? So he's talking about Miami having a lot of good success with Mostert, you know, and it's kind of been that sneaky little closet monster for a lot of the season. It seems like here and there we get gashed. As far as I'm concerned, the Bills' game plan is to let you do that. Maybe not be that successful, but if a team like Miami is successfully running the ball against you, they're not throwing it to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle as much as they want to.
And the game plan was a correct game plan. I'm sorry. It's just you can game plan, but you can't guarantee tackles. So I think the game plan was correct. They had people in the right holes. They had people to stop Mostert and even Ahmed, but the tackles weren't there. They were missed tackles. That's the difference between having an effective run defense and a non-effective run defense.
What's Mostert run? A 4-4? 4-3?
He runs a 4-3-40 as well. We can't just forget about Waddle and Hill. He's also
Waddle and
one of those
Hill.
4-3 guys.
Yeah.
Right. So pick your poison. You're going to let a couple up a game. And it just so happened, again, we wish some tackles were made and they weren't.
Yep.
But that's why I started the show off with a W is a W.
Yep.
You're going to let those things burn you every once in a while as long as you know that your guy on the offensive side can march down and match it. So
A lot of missed tackles.
Yeah. Tackling is an issue.
Yep.
If we're I want to give game balls. I want to, but I also think we definitely need to address what's going on with the defense right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, this is like more of a bend don't break. You're looking at some guys that were banged up. Would that run game have been a little more stout if Jordan Phillips wasn't out of the game? You know, who knows?
He was a big part of that great run defense in 2018. So I mean, Swank, it's safe to say that he is a significant part in stopping that run.
Yeah.
They say Mostert got most of his yards on the off tackle run. So they weren't up the middle. They weren't in the 1, 2, 3, 4 holes or on the outside. So that's going to be the defensive ends and the outside linebackers responsibility a little bit, maybe with a little bit of middle linebacker Tremaine coming in and sweeping through, but that's where he gained most of his yards were outside those tackles.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, let's do game balls. You guys mind if I start?
Go ahead. Fire away,
right.
Swank.
Teron Johnson, man. That dude is a Swiss Army knife. He's playing his ass off. He's quietly having another solid, great season. I just love how versatile he is. The dude blitzes, the dude covers, pass breakups, interceptions. He, to me, is one of the most consistent players on the field. You know, I think that we need to be singing his praises from the mountaintops. You know, he's just a good, humble, quiet dude that comes in and does his job every single week. And
he almost had a pick six too.
Almost had a pick six. So he's my dude. He's my game ball dude. On the other side of things, if we're critiquing one player on defense, so get that ready. That's why I wanted to go first, because I didn't really talk to you guys about this. But I think it needs to happen, right? I mean, Damar Hamlin, you know, he's had a really solid, I don't know, is that fair to say?
I'd say so.
I think he's had a solid season backing up or replacing Micah Hyde. I think he's done as well as expected and even surpassed it at certain points. This was not his game. This definitely was not his game. Some communication issues, a lot of tackling issues. They were on the broadcast. They were talking about I think it was Waddle, and Waddle got free. He ran that slant, and Edmonds was signaling to Poyer.
Yep.
But I don't think when I was watching that, and you guys would know better than me, it did not seem like Poyer's problem to me. It seemed like it should have either been Kyer, or I think Hamlin was tracing him. Am I wrong?
I want to say, Swank, just from what I've seen, I have we don't have the ability to go and watch film study. But what I saw,
we don't have all 22.
Right. What I saw was it was on Poyer's side of the safety position, but Poyer dropped down, which would suggest it was either cover 3 or a single coverage. And if it was cover 3, then it would have been the corner and Hamlin both running deep. So he still hit it in a gap where the cover 3 wouldn't have been able to cover. Yeah. But I didn't see the cornerback out there. So it tells me it would have been a cover 1, which would have been very difficult. And I don't know why the Buffalo Bills would run a cover 1 against those 2 wide receivers, only having 1 safety deep. So I don't know if there was some confusion in the play. We saw Edmonds kind of hinting towards Poyer that he is coming this way. So maybe he was trying to tell Poyer, don't come up in your zone in a cover 1 or cover 3, stay back because this post is going to happen. It's going to be effective. So without actually going back and looking at it I don't know, but what I saw, I did see a cover 3 or a cover 1 with Hamlin not being able to get in the middle of the field fast enough and Poyer dropping down in his zone and not being able to understand what Edmonds was trying to tell him.
That's what I saw was Edmonds like pointing to him that he had him, and then Waddle shooting that gap because Poyer stepped up thinking that Hamlin was going to have him covered over the top from his side.
Right. I saw Edmonds looking back saying, don't drop down. He's coming your way. Stay back. So Yeah.
Who knows? It was some kind of miscommunication.
Yep.
And I'm not here to dog anybody. Our boy Rob Mullen, defensively, I have a huge concern for Hamlin and his ineptness. Tackling is his biggest problem, but he also does not slide coverage over as he should and is late to a lot of the big plays. In his honest opinion, it's time to activate Dean Marlowe and sit Hamlin.
Hamlin should have been on top of that Hill touchdown. I will give that to Hamlin.
Bad angle.
Mm-hmm.
Bad angle.
Yep.
And his pursuit angle on Waddle's touchdown we were just talking about was pretty bad too. So this guy is a guy that was a thumper at Pittsburgh. The Buffalo Bills signed him to be a hard-hitting tackler, but he is missing tackles, missing assignments, missing angles. But I honestly was saying all that. I do think he's done a pretty good damn job here at Buffalo so far.
He's a thumper. Just like, remember Jamal Adams? He's a thumper too, but he misses a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have that, but you got to be able to back it up. I just want to throw this out there because I know Hamlin had a below average game, but will he see another receiving duo like Waddle and Tyreek Hill?
Not this week.
Right. And hopefully not in the playoffs. I don't think any playoff team will have,
I mean, it depends on what shakes out. My dream is for Miami to lose,
to beat the Chiefs.
two games.
Let's say right now the playoff scenario has number 7 Miami playing number 2 Chiefs.
Yeah.
And who would you rather play? The
Who'd
Chiefs
you rather?
or Miami? I'd rather play Miami and Buffalo for sure.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. You know what? I'd rather play the Titans.
I'd rather play who's ever on their damn schedule. Josh Allen's their fucking quarterback.
Yeah, that's it too. I mean, you could go across the whole board to that, like the way it's going to shake out or what it might be. I can't see the Jets or the Patriots. Like I see them screwing it up and being out. I really want all 3 of them to be gone. Like the Dolphins, I'm just done with like their whole deal. You know, they drop 3 and they move them up a ranking. You know, like in the power rankings and stuff. And it's like, I get it, man. But you guys go out of your way to make excuses for how good Tua is, throwing up backyard bombs to 2 of the fastest dudes in the NFL, while for 4 years we had to listen to Josh Allen isn't as good as everybody thinks he is. Josh Allen's not going to be what everybody thinks he is. Josh Allen becomes what everybody thinks he is. And if he has one bad game, he never was that guy. You know, and I'm just so sick of it. Like, God, man. And now fan base is trying to turn him into a villain. It's like, never mind.
It's a whole nother show, Swank.
It really is. All right.
So can I just add this really quick? I hate when people compare players, and that's happening a lot because we have a great quarterback on our team. There's a lot of fan bases out there being like, well, this player is doing better than Allen's doing in his second year. Well, this compared to his third year. The question is this. If you can sit back and say that your quarterback is better than if Josh Allen was on your team, then you so be it. But if you can say if Josh Allen was on my team, we would be better or par, then you need Josh Allen. And I think all 32 teams are like that. If Josh Allen was on your team, you'd be either better team or the same. And the only same team I'm thinking is Kansas City.
I would love to see a poll.
Boom.
A poll where hold on. I'm sorry. I'm slacking on this.
Yeah, I said it. What you need to do is get back.
Jerry's first. Yeah, I said it on the way back. Oh man, look at
You'll get a plaque later, Jared.
I would love to put out a poll to teams that have I don't know, the top 15 quarterbacks in the league. Okay? Somebody like most of those teams are pretty set at quarterback. Others of those teams are happy but haven't seen the full potential. You know, there's varying things, right? The top half of the league, because we already know from 16 to 32, if you could trade your quarterback for Josh Allen right now, would you? It would be yes. So I want to know out of those top 15, and really it would be like those top 4, how many of those teams, if they were offered the shot, now I'd say like Kansas City, nobody's going to turn on Patrick, right? But those
Josh Allen with Andy Reid though?
Yeah, but those 2 comps, so it would be an interesting thing to me, right? Because I bet you'd have some people in there being like, oh, if we had Josh Allen, would we have 2 Super Bowls? or whatever. And it's all hypothetical. But do you think if the Eagles right now were propositioned with, if you could have Josh Allen right now, would the Eagles take Josh Allen or would they stay with Hurts?
That's a good one, Swank.
Right now, I take Josh Allen. Hurts got shoulder injury.
Well, yeah. But,
but Hurts is
saying?
playing. Yes, Hurts is doing fantastic things over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think it's
so that's that wash.
It's a hard scenario, right? Like, and not for us, luckily. But, I mean, the Chargers. I think the Chargers, even though they love Herbert, and I think it's more the organization that's kind of screwing him than anything else, and his health. Herbert or Allen. If you were Chargers, if you got offered the same thing, what would you pick? I think you'd pick Allen. I think you would. I wouldn't. You can offer me anybody. I don't want anybody. I want the guy we got. Because
I'll play devil's advocate right here, guys.
Go ahead.
Herbert's not afraid to throw it to the running back. So it's all about scheme. If Josh Allen could understand to throw it to Eckler 90% of the time, I think definitely take Allen. Herbert's someone that's okay with checking down as much as he does.
This is where it comes down to, and this gave me goosebumps, is our quarterback has the balls and the guts to jump over anybody to get that 6 points to win a game. Is there 32 quarterbacks out there right now that'll do that? My quarterback will do that.
Yeah.
And that's why Josh Allen
He'll put
is
his
our
body
guy.
on the line, knowing that he probably shouldn't. But in that moment, he has no care about that. It's not about anything other than getting that play, getting the spark, getting the touchdown, getting the points, getting the 2-point conversion. And his mindset all the time is winning.
Yep.
And he is lucky, so lucky that he is so gifted athletically. We didn't talk about that James Cook touchdown that was a mirror of the Patriots Gabe Davis touchdown on the way out of bounds, where if 9 times out of 10 a quarterback throws that ball that's not Josh Allen, A, they're not physically gifted enough to get it across their body and be able to throw it accurately with all arm strength, and B, they don't have a wide receiver that can get open or a rookie running back that has enough sense now that he's been involved in the game plan and knows where Josh moves and where he tends to go to be able to adjust to a ball like that. Without that perfect scenario, when the clock hits 0, you're not walking out of there with points.
Right.
And we're just lucky that he's that kid, that's that guy that's willing to risk to get the reward, but he 9 times out of 10 completes the play. You know who he's not? If he wasn't so statistically lucky or not lucky, skilled and converting these plays in weird times and just wow, oh my God, Josh Allen, do you know who he becomes? Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's who he becomes. Ryan was always trying to force that kind of stuff. He just was not gifted enough to do it.
Right.
So that's the difference between these two guys. And every single team wants Josh Allen. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all.
everyone.
And every single team almost had Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
That was quick. That was good, Scott.
All right, really quick, Scott. Who's your defensive game ball and who's your project? We got to move. We're at 8:40 right now.
I know. Defensive game ball. I'm giving the Shaq Lawson. He got a sack. He looked pretty good in the run, and he was a spark.
I like it. Who needs work?
Hamlin for sure.
Hamlin.
I think Hamlin needs to trust his. He plays with his gut. You could tell. He tries to cut the pattern short. He tries to take different angles to make a better play. Just understand the game a little better, understand the speed a little better. Keep in mind, he's very young still, so Hamlin can use some work.
Hell yeah. All right, Jerry, what do you got?
Bray White continues to play great football. He's building up that leg a little bit more and getting more confidence in what he needs to do to get back to where he was before the injury. The touchdown pass he let up, I think it's the first one in 13 years that he's let up, but it was because of Hamlin over the top. He wasn't there in time, but he'll learn his players. And I think Trey White's just, man, NFL teams don't want to see Trey White coming back.
No. And I love it. Mm-hmm. Who needs some work, buddy?
Who needs some work? Hamlin. I mean, everyone said it already. Hamlin needs some work, and Tremaine Edmonds is playing good football, but I'd like to see him get a little bit more pop action in that linebacker position. Again, like I said, those runs were off that tackle. Tremaine needs to be coming through underneath somebody and getting the. I was waiting for Matt Milano. Matt Milano made a good play in the backfield for one of those runs. I was like, okay, here he goes. Matt Milano's going to get the fuck it mentality and start busting people up in the backfield. But I know he has to play his responsibilities, and it didn't happen as much as I wanted it to. But he did. I was waiting for it. But Tremaine Edmonds, I think, too, needs a little bit more of a pop.
All right. Well, there you are, kids. We won it. Game winner, field goal, put us into the playoffs, squished the fish. It was a cold, wintry, crazy Saturday in Buffalo. And, we're on to the next, man. We win one of the next 3 games, and we are the AFC East champions.
Yep.
For what, the fourth year?
What is it? Is it
This is the fourth year in a row that we
year.
made playoffs.
4th consecutive playoff berth.
Yeah, I think were we the beast of the East for those 4 years? I want to say we were.
Yep, I want to say too.
Yeah, the Texas
Mullen, where are
game
you? Let us know.
Yeah, Mullen, hit us up. Real quick, we started doing this segment on this show, and I'm gonna try and run it real fast here. And it was a fun time. It was called Rattle the Reeds, and then there's a little trivia deal for my boyos over here. Oh man, oops. Well, I didn't do the other part of this that I needed to do, but
oh boy,
I'm just gonna reveal it at the end then. And then you guys can't see it because I know somebody likes to cheat.
Where is he? He's at top, isn't he? Kelly Maroshin says, do you think James Cook will be as good as better than his brother? I don't think he'll be as good as Dalvin, only because he's not the workhorse there. He may be explosive with his opportunities, but he won't get the opportunities that Dalvin has.
I agree with that. All right, so in the history of the NFL, there have been passing quarterbacks, and there have been rushing quarterbacks. And now we're in this great era of the NFL where we have these hybrid quarterbacks like our own Josh Allen. And he hit a landmark recently. He's on a short list of people to do what he's done in 5 seasons as far as rushing touchdowns and passing touchdowns. And what I want you guys to do, can you name the top 10 quarterbacks in NFL history with rushing touchdowns? The rushing touchdown champions.
Fran Tarkenton?
No. Keep going, though.
I'm done.
Jared's done. So quarterbacks in NFL history touchdowns.
The most rushing touchdowns.
Lamar Jackson.
No.
This could be a long one, I think.
Yeah, I think it is. I think you're really screwing up here.
So is Josh Allen one of them?
Josh Allen is number 4. He has 37 rushing touchdowns. Also, 3,030 rushing yards.
No snap.
Mm-hmm.
How many did Josh Allen have?
37. Do you want to know what the top guy has?
Is it Mike Vick?
No. Mike Vick is on this list, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He had 36 rushing touchdowns in 6,109 rushing yards. You guys are
Cam Newton's got to be in there.
Cam Newton, Jesus Christ, yes. 75 rushing touchdowns, 148 games played, and 5,628 rushing yards.
Jesus,
now,
Cam.
There's that's pretty much all the current guys, man. But
okay.
There's some dudes on this list that you should know. And man, I'm a little disheartened right now. I'm just
Steve Young.
Sad. Steve Young is number 2 on this list. Jesus, 43 rushing touchdowns, 4,239 rushing yards over 169 games played. That, my friends, is crazy for that era of football.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Oh yeah.
Is Steve McNair on there?
Steve McNair is number 5. You're looking at a list right now. I already know you're cheating. 37 rushing yards, 3,590 rushing yards. Sorry, I said that backwards. 37 rushing touchdowns, and 3,590 for rush yards.
I'm having a hard time with this one. Randall Cunningham.
Randall Cunningham, right after Mike Vick, 35 rushing touchdowns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on this list. I lied. There's one other guy that's still playing right now. He is number 10 on this list with 34 rushing touchdowns.
Still playing.
Still playing. The rest are not.
That means he's old. Tom Brady?
No. No.
I was just thinking about all those quarterback keepers at the 1 yard line that he always gets credit for.
Yeah. No. All right. Let's see here.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
There's another Bill on there.
Yes, there is.
Jack Kemp.
Jack Kemp, number 3. 40 rushing touchdowns.
Joe Ferguson.
1,150 rushing yards.
He was a runner, Jack Kemp was.
Mm-hmm. There's another couple dudes.
Couple dudes.
Couple dudes. Did we say what was his nickname? Pittsburgh. I can't remember his nickname. He's a wide receiver, running back, quarterback.
Mm-mm.
Did we already?
Cordell Stewart.
Nope, he's not on there. I see people saying Elway. Elway is number 12 on this list with 33.
Russell
Steve
Wilson.
Young.
Steve Young was
says
already
Steve Young.
guessed by your brother.
No, see, I'm not listening.
All right.
Culpepper, Dante?
Ooh, number 11. So close. So close.
I'm
34.
cheating now. I'm looking at what people are saying.
See how
McNabb?
No, he's not on the list.
Aaron Rodgers.
Here, let me see. Yes, Aaron Rodgers is number 10 on this list. He is the one that's currently still playing, 34 rushing touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers. Let's see. I think you already got, there's only 3 names that you've missed. One name you'll definitely be able to get here. He was a quarterback for the Houston Oilers, and then then the Tennessee Titans. And
Steve
then
McNair.
Steve McNair.
I'll say do that from now on.
Yeah,
Okay, what's the other one?
Number 5, right after Josh Allen with 37 rushing touchdowns.
Peyton Manning.
This guy here, oh geez, I don't know if you'll ever get this.
Maybe
he was
just
his rookie season was 1950 with Green Bay. He played at Green Bay until 1956. Then he did 3 seasons with the Detroit Lions. And then took a hiatus from 59 to 63 where he joined San Diego for 1 season.
Yep.
And 3, 2, 1. Tobin Rote. Rote, 37.
Yep. Never would have got that.
I know that. The last guy on this list, he entered the league in 75 and played with 1 team for his entire career until 1986, the New England Patriots.
Guy with a neck roll.
Steve Grogan.
Steve Grogan.
There you go.
Nice get, dude.
He had an impressive neck roll.
Get.
I bet you if you ask any New England Patriots fan nowadays, they would not have known that answer.
Yeah, buddy. Bradshaw had
he had that big old white neck roll.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Who else here? Tarkenton had 32.
Okay, Tarkenton he had a lot of yards rushing, though. Tarkenton did.
McNabb had 29. Let's see. Tarkenton, he had 3,674 rushing yards. There you go.
Yeah, 2 Bills on that list, though, man. That's cool.
Dog scratching at the door, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go do it.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts has 26 right now. Yes. So, that was our Rattle the Reeds. Thanks for playing along, all you guys. It's a fun time. Forrest Gump, Harold Fuller says.
No, he's just a killer return man for Alabama, Forrest Gump was.
I like it a lot.
Me and Jenny was like peas and carrots.
Peas and carrots. All right, so we have another game coming up, if you can believe it. Do you even believe it?
Can't.
You believe it.
I believe it.
It is this Christmas Eve, which is when I happen to celebrate Christmas with my family. So, bummer. bummer summer.
Yep, we'll be at my cousin's house with his wife, and they're cooking up a great meal. And Scott made sure to inform him, hey, the Bills game's going on. So she bumped the time up a little bit so we can get there early and watch the game. The game will be on the TV.
Nice.
But we're going to have 7,500 kids running around. So we'll probably sneak peek a little bit of the game, but it'll be fun. They're going to have Ellen's bringing food, Sarah's bringing dessert, Ashley's making so much food. It's going to be crazy. We're going to be full. So it's going to be a fun game.
Yeah, I go over to my folks for Christmas Eve, and usually we do it like early afternoon, late, like in the evening to get there. So I was like talking to my parents. I was like, oh, we're going to get there. So what time we start, like 5? And my sister comes from Hilton, so they want, the kids to be there early so that they can leave early enough to get them to bed so Santa can come and all that. So I'm probably going to end up going over there and watching the game, Sarah and I, and hanging out, and we'll do our presents, and we do like a big spread. Anybody, any snack, any food anybody wants, it'll be there. And
beautiful.
Have a couple beers, and it'll be a good time.
Sounds like a blast.
Oh, yeah. So we are heading to Chicago. We got some inclement weather hitting us this weekend. If you haven't heard, it's winter storm. I don't know, whatever. I was trying to think of like a famous Chicago Bear to do winter storm refrigerator Perry. I don't know, something like that.
They had the fog game too against Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah. Playing that 1:00 this Saturday, this Christmas Eve. I mean, we're definitely heading into overtime tonight, boys. So let's hit some high points here. Jarrod.
Yes, sir.
What are your worries and concerns about this weekend's game?
My worries and concerns are going to be now I know Leslie Frazier is going to have something set up for this, but the run game of Chicago, I think they got the number one run offense in the league with Montgomery and Fields. But I think one of their big guys, actually, I don't think I know for a fact because I wrote it down, Khalil Herbert was on injured reserve. He's coming back for the game. So between Fields, Montgomery, and Herbert, they have 1,000-yard rush with Fields. Montgomery has 694, and Herbert has 643. So they can run the ball. But like I said, I feel like I know the weather's coming in, but the Bills just played in some weather. That's the advantage. I think that they're not going to be shocked by the cold weather, but that run game scares me. But I think Leslie Frazier is going to come up and hold true and have a defense prepared for him.
Kelly said, I said earlier, I really hope the Bills don't sleep on the Bears just because they are 3-11. They still play hard. And yeah, they got a lot to prove. And Fields is no joke, man. Mm-hmm. He's a tough kid. I think if they can get their shit together and actually put a line and a team around him, they might be hard to deal with. But a lot of heart playing in front of a home crowd. Chicago's not easy to go into and win, whether the team is 3-11 or not. So great points.
Two good players to keep an eye on are going to be Milano and Taron Johnson for this game.
Like it.
I agree. The one thing I don't agree on is Fields is Chicago's future. Guy can't read a defense. Right now, Chicago's offense is 60-40 run to pass. Yes, he's a hell of a runner. He came out of Ohio State. He does a good job there, but I don't think he can read a defense all that great. Doesn't throw the ball deep very well. So I think that's going to be one of my concerns for the Bills is the focus on their running game, Montgomery and Herbert, like Jarrod said, and Fields. And I think the way the Philadelphia Eagles kind of laid out the landscape of how to play defense against them, I mean, they had 6 sacks against them. So create pressure on the edge, make sure he doesn't slip up the middle, and you've got yourself a good defensive matchup against this Chicago Bears offense. I do want to say this. It is a perfect opportunity for this weather. I'm liking the weather here because if the playoffs are going to be run through Buffalo, I want all the rest of these games, the Bears next week, the Bengals the week after, and the Patriots the week after that, to be all cold weather, snow, windy games. That way the Bills can get acclimated, and all these other teams that aren't used to it have to come to Buffalo and try to figure the things out then. So I like it.
Yeah, playoff training. I like that. Mm-hmm. I like the selection of teams they got too, man, because I feel like once the playoffs start, you're going to get a plethora of opportunities for different looks at different teams. And that Bengals game, not getting ahead of ourselves, is going to be quite interesting. I believe that is the marquee game left on the schedule here. But that being said, let's not fall asleep on the Chicago Bears. And I mean, I have the same worries as far as Fields he's a game changer, man. I mean, I know Scooter, you were saying you can't read a defense and all that stuff. To me, like, yeah, absolutely. But also, the dude can get it done on his legs. You know, he's got wheels. He doesn't need to, I guess, because he can still churn out some first downs. What I'm hoping is that he tries for at least the first quarter or two, and then doesn't get into the hero ball thing until the second half. And I think that'll make it an easier way for us to really seal the coffin on this game. But I don't have a whole lot of worries. I just want them to play a nice, well-rounded, solid game. I want to see 50-50 split. I want to see everybody out there getting reps. Just, I don't know. I want to see a boring, high-scoring game for the Buffalo Bills.
I agree. The defense doesn't have a lot to offer. They don't get to the quarterback very often. They got rid of their best linebacker, Roquan Smith, and even Quinn, their defensive end. I think they've kind of thrown in the white flag, thrown in the towel. And this would be a game a lot of people would say it's a trap game. I don't believe in trap games. Even if you're 0-15, you could still beat a well-rounded team. It's the NFL. That's the way things are. Mm-hmm. But you're right. You can't just look past this game. You got to bring an offense that can put the points on the board, which I believe they can against the Chicago defense. And you got to bring a defense that can put pressure on a quarterback. Because as we always say, you knock a quarterback down, he's going to get flustered. Look to see Leslie Frazier dial in against no, he was a Minnesota Viking, wasn't he? So I was going to say a Chicago Bear. But
still played against them, same division, right?
He might have some taste. Against them.
So, I mean, it could be a game where we remind the Chicago Bears that they are 3-11. They got a work to do, or it could be a close game because of the weather might play a part, and it can be a nail biter again.
Their schedule wasn't too bad. I mean, their wins are against San Francisco in week 1, which, you know, how San Francisco is doing. They beat Houston and New England, but their losses are to teams that are pretty deep. Giants, put them where you want to. Minnesota, Dallas Cowboys, the Dolphins, the Detroit Lions, who are hot right now, and Jets and Green Bay. So, and Philadelphia. So they're not losing the bad teams. They're losing the good teams. So,
yeah. Ron Sweeney, thank you very much. I knew he had an affiliation with the Bears. He used to play cornerback or safety for the Bears. So that's where I had that in my mind. So thank you, bud.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you, John Johns, for reminding me of this. Here we go, folks. We're in overtime. That's right.
Beautiful
kiddos.
Thing.
Here we are, just going into overtime like it's our job. Lisa wants to know if we're going to be on Christmas Eve. I don't think so.
It's tough. Because Christmas Eve, you know, Thanksgiving one thing, it's one day. Yeah. Christmas Eve is, you know, a lot of people have two sides of the family, so they got to go somewhere one day and then the other side the next day. But that game day thread will be going on during the game, so tune in, jump in there, and then leave your comments and join in the conversation for sure. But that's a tough one.
Yeah. Hey, let's hit some score predictions and bold predictions here. We'll do our pick'ems and try and get up and out of this son of a bitch, huh?
Mm-hmm. Good.
Jarrod, what's your score prediction and bold prediction for Christmas Eve, Christmas in Chicago?
I thought am I here? In and out. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, you're good now.
What were you?
Just buckled in.
Calling in on your rotary phone there, or what?
So, I thought about this today really closely, and the fact that I usually have at least a 2-score win by the Buffalo Bills, I got to stop that, because even though the Bills started out the season with multiple touchdown leads and wins over, they're starting to get closer games, and you know the Bills have trouble winning those close games. Apparently, I don't know, but so for this game, I think the Bills are going to hold true and they're going to win 42-10. Leslie Frazier is going to focus on that run game because that's all Chicago has. It is scary, but Leslie Frazier is going to be there to put it out. So 42-10. Trap game. I think trap games happen more in the middle of the season, not so much at the tail end where our Buffalo Bills start to go forward and start to click everywhere. So 42-10, Buffalo Bills are going to win. Bold prediction: that defense is going to get 6+ sacks.
Damn. Against a mobile quarterback? I like it. Scott, what do you got?
Spy.
Hey, did you hear that? I've never said that before. Scott, what
What's
do you
that?
got?
Scott, what do you got? Oh, geez, that should
that's
be
pretty
a
good,
segment.
Scott, what you got?
I don't. Weather pending. Weather pending, of course. If there's 2 inches of snow on that turf, I don't know what to expect, but I do believe the Bills are going to win. And I saw a comment the other day on our score prediction page that said, "Have you guys actually ever got it right? It's not about getting it right. It's about having fun and predicting what the score is going to be. And if you do get it right, you got bragging rights. That's basically all it is." I'm going
Wait,
35.
I'm sorry, were you talking about that dude on YouTube? Who's comment?
Oh, there was some on the score predictions thing, and maybe even on YouTube.
There was one on score. Yeah, the score prediction video that I did for the Jets. This guy from New Jersey was like challenging like my record.
There you go.
He's like, how often are you right? And I was like, Jerry, you hadn't sent over the new ones yet, because I was totally gonna be this is how right I am.
There's a reason. There's a reason why FanDuel has an alternate scoring projection, and you can win money, and the odds are high.
Yeah.
Nobody gets the score predictions right.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
It's fun to do.
32-29.
But
Who
money
would've
line,
picked
dude.
32-29.
Money line, I got it. Money line all day. I have more wins in the W column on my pick'ems this year than Zach Wilson has MILF notches in his belt.
In his shillelagh. But what it comes down to is we say it, this is a fan first perspective. We have fun doing it. Our bold predictions are pretty damn bold. 6+ sacks, 100 rushing yards for Singletary. That's not something we know is going to happen. It's something we want to happen. Something we would like to see. So that's what it is. It's all fun. So
yeah,
chillax, have fun with it. We do. 35-3. I'm going 35-3. And my bold prediction is going to go along with that. I see Fields being told, throw the ball downfield to your wide receivers that aren't there. And I want to give a pick 6 to Trey White. I think he's finally going to get one to make him feel like everything's going good. Nothing major. I just, it's the defense is going to create pressure. Trey White's going to be there against the passing offense that doesn't exist. I'd love to see that. 35-3, make a statement.
I like it. Greg says, the Fife says 37-14, Bills win. I like that nickname, dude.
Chicken wings in there too.
Like we said,
46-17.
Fife out.
I love that too.
Lisa Pacion John says 38-17, Da Bills. Mike V says Bills 31-17. Hines, Cook, and Singletary all get in the end zone. I like it. Rob Mullen says score prediction 22-13 Bills in a brutally cold game. AFC East champions. Love it.
Matt Miser says Hammerlot beer count last Saturday is how many points the Bills put up this upcoming Saturday. Wow, that's got to be a lot, Matthew.
I like it. Chris Christian, bold prediction is Swank drinks too many and sings drunken karaoke. I don't sing karaoke, but I sing like that for sure. Yo, before I go any further, thank all of you guys so much that have come and hung out at Endless Mountain Mondays, man. We had a bunch of you guys here last night hanging out with Sarah and myself, and these Reed boys are nice enough to spread that love on the platform, and I appreciate it. And you guys are very nice and the best, so thank you.
What better way to celebrate a victory Monday or a somber Monday if we lose? But from here on out, it's nothing but wins.
Losing? This is a 5-game win streak. I haven't felt that.
I'm so worried.
Patrick Hughes, it may be cold in Chicago, but Josh will heat things up and light the Bears on fire. Lisa's bold prediction, Micah comes back and gets a pick 6. I love you. Josh Cook, 35-10. Josh Allen throws for 400 in bad weather and 4 TDs in the air and 1 on the ground because he got that dog in him. I love it.
I'm telling you, tell me Bills fans, Bills Mafia everywhere wouldn't be excited to see snow on the ground, flying like crazy, and watching Josh throw the ball for that many yards. That's just something that's going to be like, okay,
he can.
The playoffs can come through Buffalo.
Dude, he can piss missile that thing through a tornado snowstorm, no problem. It's just, can anybody put hands on it? You could tell when it started to get cold that's when those drops started.
That rock started getting a little hard.
And, even Diggs was dropping some that you didn't expect him to drop. But that thing comes zinging in with his arm strength and that tight spiral that he throws, and it's cold and it hits your hands. Whew, I can't even imagine how much. I mean, it stings when it's warm out,
Yep.
But maybe they're starting to get used to it. You know what I mean? He threw for up over 300 this last week. I'm all about it. Let's see. Rob Mullen, bold prediction. Dorsey continues to incorporate the backs into the passing game. Hines shines. Ooh, nice. And reminds doubters he was a legit pickup. Patrick Hughes, 37-17. Bills, oh my God, you guys are great with all these. For me, I'm looking at 35-10. 35-10, Buffalo Bills in a solid defeat over the Chicago Bears. The only reason it's not in the 40s is because that fourth quarter is going to be cruise control, and they're just going to be working on milking the clock. And the only reason that it's 10 on the Bears side is because they get a garbage time TD when the second string defense is out there. So, my bold prediction is that you are going to see Mr. Cole Beasley score his first touchdown on his way back through Buffalo to right the wrongs, to get the universe back in balance. You have to leave. I think that'll be fun. And, man, I would love to see Trey get that pick. Picks anything. I would just love it. So that's where we're at. Everybody, thank you so much for throwing your scores. And there's just too many of them. I can't read them all, man. We're way over right now. But I love you guys for doing it. So we got some other pick'ems. You got the games up or no, Jerry?
I got Jacksonville at New York Jets.
I love it. I'm going Jacksonville. I like what Trey Lawrence is doing. I like what that defense is doing. I like how they embarrassed the Cowboys. Let's do it, Jacksonville. Come on now. Keep it going.
Hey, I like you jumping right into that. That's really nice, but let's not skirt over what the rankings and the pick'em records are really fast. Jarrod is making a comeback. 45-34 he is, which is pretty respectable. I don't have a calculator on me right now, but that's pretty respectable. Scott, 50-29.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Huh? Wow.
Who's that some bitch at the top?
Some bitch at the top.
60, that's about 66% winning rate.
57-22. That's right, New Jersey Ernie or whatever the fuck your name was on YouTube. 57-22. That is my record for this year so far.
For those of you who are watching,
did you ever get those scores right?
Take Swank's picks and just drop one, because he usually gets 4 right and drops 1. Some weeks he gets every single one right, but there's always one game that sneaks up on him. So if you're gonna bet in FanDuel or whatever,
take the money line. Take the money line.
You're 4-1 last week.
Do it.
You were 5-0 last week, and what's that?
What was the one I lost? You got it?
Yeah, I might.
He threw it away already. Fucking
Swank's loss. I just have one loss. It was. Oh my gosh, we all lost it. It was the Giants game.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But you went 4-1.
Nice. Yeah, man, I'm going Jags. I think the Jags are going to take that division. I think the Titans are sinking shit, man. And I think if the Jags can kind of just win out these next 3, I mean, I think that the last game of the season, I believe they play the Titans, and I believe it will be for the division. And
there you go.
I think you see Vrabel just
they're
hot down the old river. Yeah,
they're hot right now. Like I said, I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing there.
Cincinnati at New England.
Did you pick that game?
Yeah, I got Jacksonville.
Oh, okay.
So all 3 of us picked Jags.
Cincy where? At New England?
Yep.
Believe it or not, fellas. Believe it or not, I'm going New England. Got to catch up to Swank.
Oh my God.
And the reason I'm doing this is because I would absolutely love Miami to lose this week, New England to win, and have that be a tie. I'd rather see New England in the playoffs than Miami right now. So that's why I'm going that way.
All right. I'm going the opposite way. I'm going Cincinnati, and I'm going to tell you why. Because they're the way better team, and I want them to get that shitty win to come into play us in their home stadium with extra dumb confidence, and then we just ram it right down their throat.
That's a good visual to see. I got Cincinnati win too, because if they come in from 2 weeks from now, that's going to be a very important game in the seeding in the playoffs. And to have two teams battling it in week 17 before the playoffs start, 2 weeks before the playoffs starts, going to be very important. So I have Cincinnati winning that one too. But if you have New England winning, they're going to play in the week 18. So I don't know. Cincinnati, go.
Hell yeah. We got John saying Cincy. Hey, we got the Lady Bills on the stream.
What's up, Lady Bills?
Good to see you.
Hey, Jamie.
Let's see. We got Lisa saying Cincy. Let me see. Man, Bungles.
Bungles.
Christian says Bungles.
I don't know. Where is that game? Cincy or Miami? Because I think Miami does have an advantage.
Cincinnati's at New England.
New England, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Bengals. Same here, Scott. Rather see New England than the Finns again. I agree with that. Lady Bill says Bengals. You got to bet Bengals, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Nice. All right, what else we got?
We got Green Bay at Miami.
I'm going Green Bay. I heard Aaron Rodgers' press conference yesterday. They're still in the playoff hunt, and nothing is more dangerous than Aaron Rodgers just outside the playoffs. So he's going to be bringing his A game. I think Packers are looking good. Their defense is looking tough, and Miami is going to start this roller coaster downhill. Green Bay.
Man.
I'm going to go Miami just because they have way too many weapons on that offense. Might be a high-scoring game. Never know, but I got Miami. Sorry to say.
Man. This one's a hard one for me, man. Because, I mean, I think the obvious answer is Miami, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like you're saying, Aaron Rodgers, I don't know.
Aaron Rodgers is very hot during this time of year. It's when he gets to the playoffs.
It's a Christmas Day game. Man, I can't do it. I gotta go Packers. We're gonna see Aaron Rodgers just do one solid for us. How about that?
Do us a favor.
Do us a favor, dog.
Pack attack.
Let's see. Lady Bill says Packers. Josh Cook says Packers. Christian, pack attack. Derek says Dolphins in a close one. We're going toilet bowls here, folks. And my first one's Broncos at Rams. What a garbage Sunday Christmas afternoon game that is. Holy shit.
I love the Broncos defense. I think they're doing enough right now to win this game. The Rams offense doesn't do anything, especially with the backup quarterback. Your man, Swank, Mr. Mayfield, who they were dubbing the best quarterback. They weren't. But just by listening to the announcers, you swear he was the best quarterback last week after bringing him from a come-behind win to win that game. It's Mayfield. Mayfield's going to do Mayfield things. Broncos going to score 2 defensive touchdowns. They will win that game.
Dude, I found myself half-heartedly rooting for Baker in the end of that first game that he came in for. And then what happened? It's like same old Baker, dude. Just lackluster, whatever. He's got to have like the whole world against him to be able to frickin' win a game, I feel like. So, but that being said, the Broncos are a goddamn tire fire, and they absolutely need defensive scores to win that game, and I think they're gonna get them. So I'm going Broncos.
Derek Monroe, you got that on there, Swank? Oh my God, do I have 2 okay Broncos? Okay. Or over Rams, no TD scored on offense. I feel bad for the Broncos D. They're good.
Mike V, I hate the Broncos and hate Mayfield calling for a tie.
There you go.
Kelly's got the Rams. Broncos versus Rams is a snoozer. Time for a nap, says Rob Mullen.
Yep.
There you go.
I mean, you can't get much better of a toilet bowl than that one, man. Holy. Right. Let's see here.
Right.
Pick one more game. Texans, Titans.
Sure.
Let me just make sure there's nothing better. Raiders, Steelers. It's all a bunch of middling, horrible games. Texans, Titans. That is another Christmas Eve game at 1 p.m.
I'm going to go with Houston because they've been strong the last 2 weeks. I got a feeling they're going to show up against the Tennessee Titans, a rivalry game. There you go.
If we're going to help Jacksonville get to the top of the league, Houston's going to come up with the upset. I'm with you, Jarrod.
I got to do it. I gotta do Houston. I want to see it. I wanted to see it so bad on Sunday. Oh my God! I thought they were gonna do it.
Yeah.
And again, look at Mahomes getting all the credit for the defense coming up with the turnover and then handing the ball off for the win. I mean, I'm just tired of seeing that for sure.
Yeah.
Texans with the upset. Yep.
Texans by 1 point.
Yep, Derek says Texans by 1. John says Texans. Chris says Titans. Mike V says Texans with an upset. Lady Bill says Titans. All right, kiddos, here we are. It's 20 after 9. We had ourselves a nice, long show. It's good to have the band back together. 2 weeks running. And we're going to hit some final thoughts real quick and let you get on with your night.
Skedaddle.
Jarrod, please lead the way.
All right. Happy holidays. Hold your loved ones close. This is a special time of year to see the smile on everyone's faces when they're getting stuff or giving stuff, and just the love is all around. Eat lots of food and be merry. A win is a win from top to the end. I'm trying to be Dr. Seuss.
Dude, I was going to make that joke. Oh, my God.
This is the time of year where it's going to get tough. Weather is going to be there, and, upsets are going to be there. Just take the W, get into the playoffs, which the Bills are, and just keep on believing. Can't wait to talk football next Tuesday with everybody. And then, just have a good weekend. Be safe. Go Bills.
Nicely done. Scooter?
Yes, Merry Christmas to all. I don't have a lot to say as far as the final thought goes. Guys, we haven't had a guaranteed playoff position this early in a long time. So enjoy that. Let's fight for the AFC East and then the number one spot in the AFC conference for that bye week. Yeah, hold your loved ones close. Definitely, it's Christmas time. Enjoy it, the time together. I know there's a lot of schools that have off and all that stuff. So just enjoy it all together. It's a great time of year. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Nicely said. Nicely done. Merry Christmas, K-Gun family. Merry Christmas, 24/7 BF family. Thank you for spending this whole season and year and the last 3 seasons with us, supporting us and letting us do the thing we like to do, which is talk football with you guys. And, some jokes and some life stuff. And I don't know, man. It's just been an awesome 3 years, I feel like. And I think this is the 3rd Christmas show we've done. It's the 3rd Christmas show we've done. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. You sound annoyed. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Listen, you can tune in every Tuesday night for the K-Gun Report at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on whatever the hell you're watching this on. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, any of that. You can also listen to the audio, Spotify, Apple, Anchor, all that. We want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, man. Love you. Go Bills.
Hey, Swank, and I'm telling you, if you listen to it rather than watching us, so our voices are all pretty sultry and pretty low key. So it's a nice nighttime entertainment in your ears.
That's right.
Go
baby.
Bills.
That's right, baby.
You're walking on the distance, and you say, "Go Bills."
What the hell was that? Go! La 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 la.
This is a dangerous group